Hi y'all, welcome back to By Devin Nails. Today we are making our first nail prop in our Nail Sleeve by Me series. So we're making this cute little star plushie with some little friends. So you're going to start by making your magic circle. You are going to single crochet 6 into your magic circle. And if you are unfamiliar with the magic circle, you can find hundreds of videos of how to do that magic circle. It's not too hard. You're going to tighten it up. And then you're going to be doing increases. So on the first row after the 6 into the magic circle, so technically row 2, you are going to single crochet 2 into each of those stitches. You're going to end with 12 total in your row. In the third row, you are going to increase. So do a double single crochet into one stitch, and then you're going to do one single crochet. You will end that row with 18. In the fourth row, you are going to do an increase and then 2 single crochet, ending with a row of 24. And then in the fifth row, you are going to do an increase. So again, an increase is just when you put 2 crochet into the same single crochet. So it's not a double crochet, it's just a single crochet and then another single into the same space. And in that last row, so row 5, you're going to do that increase, and then you're going to do 3 single crochet. So a single crochet into the next 3. You're going to repeat that all the way around. So for each of these rows, you're just going to do an increase, and then in that next row, an increase and 1, increase and 2, increase and 3. And you're going to end with 30 all the way around. This is your basic starting pattern for a whole bunch of different crochet patterns.
When you've made your last increase row, you should now have 30 stitches around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. We're now going to make the points for our star. If you want to mark where you started, you can, but it's not quite as important in this section of this crochet. So what you're going to do first is you're going to make a single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this last one is 6. Slip stitch, so yarn over, pull through, and then turn your work upside down. So you now have 6 stitches, and you are going to skip the first stitch from the hook. So this very first stitch here, you're going to skip it and you're going to do 5 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now you're going to slip stitch again, turn it over again, and again skip the first stitch from the hook, and you're going to single crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now slip stitch, turn, skip 1, and now we're doing 3. 1, 2, and that last one, there we go, 3, and slip stitch and turn, and this time we are skipping 1 again and doing 2. 1 and 2. All right, so you should have what's looking kind of like a triangle, but it's okay if it's still flat on top. We're now going to put 5 single crochets down this line here. Because these aren't single crochets, we're just going to kind of guesstimate an even spacing of those 5 between here and then this last one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want your last one to be kind of around where this stitch is here, connecting it to your larger circle. And 5. All right, that is the point of our star. We're going to do this all the way around. So take your crochet hook, hook it into that first single crochet back in your circle, and you're going to do 6 across again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At the end of this crochet, we're going to slip stitch and turn our work. Stars. I'm going to check now and make sure that they're about-ish the same size. Yep, mine look pretty good. So if you are looking at your crochet, you should be able to notice that the two sides look just slightly different. So this side is a little bit more rounded and I don't know, it looks softer to me. The other side, the stitch pattern is a little bit more, you can just see it a little bit more. People have ideas about which side in crochet is the right side and which is the wrong side. I think you should just go with the side that you like best. So choose, do you like this way that it looks or do you like this? You should be able to see the difference a little bit more clearly in person than you can on camera together. So you're going to be seeing what your little star will look like when you're all done. So if you like the way it looks, then that's all that matters. Okay, so for this little tail here that we have from our crochet, we're going to just use our hook to pull these to the inside. So you just put your crochet hook in near where they are, catch them kind of like you're doing a crochet, just kind of catch them and pull them through so that they are on the other side. I'm going to tie them together. Just so that my crochet doesn't come loose. I'm going to do one more little knot just for good measure. I say an extra knot is better than it coming loose later inside. Then you can just trim these little guys. And put these yarns over here. You can throw them away or you can be a hoarder like me and keep them because who knows when you might need 2 3-inch pieces of red yarn. Probably never, but into the bag they go. All right, so this one is already here. I'm going to just tie a little knot. I'm going to pull it through this stitch here. So it's that last stitch that I had on my hook that I hadn't closed because we left a tail. I'm going to tie a little knot. 2. There we go. Now I'm going to trim only the side that's already cut. So I'm not going to trim the side that's still connected to my yarn. All right, then going to put those wrong sides together again. Feel free to pin this if you want. I don't feel like I really need to because I can just kind of shift it as I'm going. But if it would make you feel more comfortable, definitely don't feel like you can't. And from here, we are going to crochet these 2 stars together. So I put my hook through approximately the same space on each, just between 2 of these little points. I'm grabbing my yarn, I'm pulling through, then I'm going to just do a little slip stitch on top. Then I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to go through again in approximately the same spot. I'm going to pull through, and I'm going to do that single crochet now on top. And I'm going in at about the same spot, pulling through, doing a single crochet, and again, just kind of approximating. You want it to be tight because when we fill it with our fluff, you don't want your fluff to escape. So definitely don't feel like you have to put these too far away from each other. It took us, our last row around was 30, and these are a little bit higher. So if you're looking for a number, you're looking for approximately 4 or 5 going up, 1 or 2 at the top, and then 4 or 5 going down. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so 4, and I'm at the top. So I'm going to do like 2 over here, maybe even 3. 1, 2. Now I'm kind of working my way down. 1, 2. And because we've put these wrong side together, on one of your sides, you'll have these really nice little crochets from when you went down the star. And then on the other one, you'll have that other side where you didn't. So you can kind of use the side that has the crochets as a guideline to kind of figure out the placement, and then just kind of push it into the other side. Then as I get to where I'm going to kind of line it back up, push it back, make sure that these little angles between the points are really nice and defined and are in the same place on each. All right, so this is kind of how we're looking so far. See this nice little curve here. Stopping at the top of this 5th point. So we're going to leave a little hole. If you would like to leave a slightly larger hole, you can stop where the 4th and the 5th point are going to meet, because we want to put in our fringe as well as our stuffing to kind of fill our little star up. If you want to give your star the little face, the smile, or the eyes, you can do that now before you've closed it up, or you can do it at the end. All right, I'll meet you back at our 5th point, either at the top or where the 4th and the 5th connect. The angle between your 4th and your 5th point, or at the top of your 5th point, and you have crocheted all the way around. You're going to set your cute little star to the side, and we are going to start on the tails of our pattern. So if you're looking for a kind of patriotic red, white, and blue look, you could do these in white or blue or any coordinating color that you like. There's definitely no wrong color here. Anything will look great. So once you've decided on your color, I'm going to use this white and then also a blue. You are going to do our chain stitch. So I'm going to use the same crochet size, still my 3.5, and this is still that worsted weight yarn. A thinner yarn will just give you a thinner look. There's really no difference here. So start with a slip stitch. Yeah. There we go. Pull it tight on your hook. We're going to do a lot of chains. So we want to think about how long we want this. We're probably looking to do about 20 chains. And they don't need to be super tight. It's actually a little bit better if they're just on slightly looser because you do want to be able to fit your crochet hook through them easily. And they are going to get smaller than what you're seeing them as a chain, because we're going to make them kind of these corkscrew curly cues, kind of like when you make ribbon on a package and you make it all those little curlies. That's what it's going to look like. Oops, I missed that stitch, so I'm going to drop my yarn and pull one out and start again. And you are going to put it in the second crochet from the hook. So you've got one, and then this is the second one here. And we're going to do 2 crochets into each one. So 1, 2, okay, then go on to the next. 1 and 2. And then the next. You're going to do this all the way down. Putting 2 crochets into each one. And you should begin to see that it is doing that curly cueing pattern. If you wanted it to curl even more and be an even more defined curl, you could do 3 crochets into each one. That would make it even curlier. I'm just going to do 2. And it works up pretty fast. If you miss a second one, it's really not the end of the world, but try to get 2 into each one. That way your curly cue pattern will be even. And then you don't want your tension to be like super tight, like when we were doing the stars. It doesn't really matter at this point if there's holes, but you do want it to be consistent. So try to have a consistent tension all the way down. This is going to look so cute. So I'm going to do, I think, 2 in this white, and then I'm going to do 1 in a blue color. I've got a light blue at my station. I'm going to go see in my stash of yarn if I have a darker blue to more match the darker of my red star. And if you are loving this star pattern, which I'm just sure you are because it's so cute, don't feel like you have to use, you know, America red, white, and blue if you are not living in the States, or you're not that patriotic, you're not planning a red, white, and blue mini, but you want to do the star. This star could be so cute in hundreds of different colors. If you're watching and you're not into nails, you have no idea what a nail prop is or why someone would want one. You just saw this. Thanks for watching. You can totally make this star as a keychain. You could make it for your kiddos. If you love this pattern, I love that. Let me know in the comments how you're going to use it, what colors you're planning. If you're on Instagram, you can use hashtag #nailsleevebyme. Even though this is a nail prop, we'll keep the same hashtag. All right, and I'm almost there. Oh, I'm kind of losing my voice. Been having too much fun this summer already. All right, so these are my last ones. 1, 2, and I've got 2 more stitches. So you can see it does get much smaller. Maybe even might even be like a third of the size that it originally was. So if you know that you want a longer little tail, you can just add more chains at the beginning. This is my last stitch. And look at that little curly cue. Oh, it's so cute. Out just a little bit. I'm going to put this tail through it, And I'm going to pull it closed on that tail. I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to leave a longish, maybe like a 1/2 foot, 6 inches or so, and cut. And I'm going to make 2 more of these to attach to my star. Feel free to make them longer or shorter, or to leave them off altogether if you like the star just how it is. That looks awesome too. So I'll meet you on the next step.
Crocheted all the way around to connect them. You've got either half of a point or a full point open, and you are going to use some fiber fill to stuff your little star. You can stuff it to whatever density fill level you want. Just make sure that you get it into those points so that they're nice and stuffed also. So you want to really stuff it. You can put in more if you want it to be kind of squishy still. You can put in a little bit less. And once you've got it all the way, you can close it up. I'm going to put just a little bit more. So I've got a little bit in this point here. Make sure I've got some in each of my points. A chopstick is really good for this if you have some chopsticks, either like some stainless steel ones, if you eat a lot with chopsticks, or maybe you just have a set from the last time you did Chinese or sushi or whatever it is that you order that comes with chopsticks. So I like this. I like it to be a little plushy. And then you're just going to crochet around to seal in all of that little puffy goodness just the way that you did before. So find that last one that you did, go through both sides, yarn over just like with a regular single crochet, and then close it up. You're going to go all the way around this point. And then we're going to add on our little fringe or flare, streamers, whatever you want to call these little curly cues that we have made. We're going to attach them. You can attach them before you sew it up if you'd prefer. I didn't this time, but you definitely can. Or you can follow these steps and do it with us. So we're almost all the way around, probably 4 more stitches for this. And I do want to make sure, just like the rest of the star, that my tension is a little bit tighter, just to make sure that none of that stuffing gets out. Don't want your star to lose its fluff. Alright, just like 2 more, I think. Oops, I lost my... Try that one more time. And we discussed it at the beginning, but you can make this star using the exact same pattern in any size that you want. If you increase your hook size or you increase your thickness of your yarn, you're going to end up with a larger star. If you do the opposite, you decrease your hook size or decrease your yarn size, then you're going to end up with a smaller star. When you get to the end, you just pull this so that you got it like that, and you can, I like to pull my end back through. It makes a little knot, pull it nice and tight, and then you can kind of hide this thread by just choosing a place in your star, putting your crochet hook through, and then going back up somewhere near that last little tail. Then you can pull it in, kind of wiggle it around, try not to get too much of your fluff. Then it's going to come out on the other side. And what I like to do is pull it really tight, snip it, and then you can kind of fluff it back up, and that tail will get hidden on the inside. And here is our little star. kind of squish around your fluff if you had any places where you missed any fluff. And this star is so cute. So you can see I finished this one. I did this one with a smaller, so it's the exact same yarn. I just used a 2.5 instead of my 3.5 crochet. So this is just, you can see kind of how these compare. This one's just a little bit smaller. And then we're gonna add on our fringe. So I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So I've already put on 2. I made this blue one just a little bit longer. I think I did 30 chain for this one. This one was the 25. We're gonna put 1 more on. And I'm gonna try to put it right here next to it, so it'll be kind of like the blue is in the middle. And then you can kind of just kind of pull these 2 out of the way so that they're not getting into that space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this star and set it over to the side. Take my little fringe here. I'm gonna put my crochet hook up through where I want this little star to be coming from. I will a little bit closer here for you all so you can see a little bit better. So I'll do that again. So this is the front of my star with this little face. And then I've got my one right here. My blue one I've completely attached. This one on the right is just pulled through. So I'm going to take my crochet hook. I'm going to kind of find the middle of the 2 stars. I'm going to put my crochet hook up to about where I want it to come out of. I'm going to take my little guy, put him here, and I use my hook to catch those 2 tails and pull them through. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to take these 2, and because they're the same color, I'm going to tie all 4, 2 from the one on the right, 2 from the one on the left, and tie these all 4 together. Just a regular old little knot there. Tie it tight, kind of hoping that they'll hide it just a little, and I'm going to do 1 more, and I'm actually going to do, I think this is called a fisherman's knot, so just like a regular knot, except for you're going to take these 2 little tails, you're going to wrap them 1 more time. My sewing teacher taught me this, and then you're going to pull it nice and tight again. All right, and just like we did with our other tail, we are going to pull these through. Then I kind of find a place right about here. Then I'm going to push my crochet hook up towards where those tails were, because I don't want them to go in too far away from it or they'll show more. Probably just going to do 2 at a time. And then I'm going to pull them through, kind of wiggle around, try not to catch too much other stuff as I'm going down. Kind of a little tricky sometimes to get it out just right. Oh, it looks like I caught a little bit of the star. Wiggle this. Oops. Try that one again. Go through. Now here they are. Okay. Pull these through without catching any of the red. So I don't want to ruin. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull these 2 all the way out. There they go. And I'm going to pull it nice and tight, and I'm going to trim them off. And we are almost done. All right, kind of fluff it up there. And then we've just got 1 more little set here. So put my hook in here, come out towards where they are, pull through. There we go. Get some of that fluff out of there. Ah, throwing scissors, never safe. And then kind of pull them tight, trim them off,
and fluff it all back up, and you cannot even see those little tails. We've got our little fringe here. You can kind of corkscrew it a little bit towards the top where it got pulled a little. Came a little undone. If you had a tiny piece of wire, I suppose you could put that in there. It would give it even more kind of definition. Kind of pull this blue one back out here. Turn it a little more. So fun! Alright, so the last thing that we need to do is finish this last stitch off. Find that loop. You can always put a stitch marker in it. Looks like I need one more stitch here just to close it up nice and tight. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do one last little stitch here. There we go. And I'm going to trim my end. I'm going to pull that end through, pull it nice and tight, and then just like we've done already here, push this in, pull this red through. Drop them in the comments. Remember, I'm not a professional crocheter. I'm just somebody who loves to do it and likes to share it with you all. If you know somebody who you think would enjoy this channel, please share it with them. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, I have more content like this planned for the future, so please subscribe so you don't miss anything. All right, here you all are. Here is our little star. And I've got my nails between starting this and finishing it. I have popped off my red and I'm getting ready to put on another 4th of July mani. So this is going to be so cute to show off your mani with this cute little patriotic star for the 4th of July. And again, here are those two sizes. So just, kind of think about what size you want. This is a worsted weight yarn with a size 3.5 and then a size 2.5. So this is a better size for my hand in terms of being able to see my nails. Alright y'all, thank you. This was by Devin Nails. Remember, you can use hashtag nail sleeve by me. This is our first nail prop in our nail sleeve by me. Alright y'all, thanks. Bye-bye.